Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for joining me in 2025. And for you new folks checking out my channel for the first time, I really appreciate you visiting and seeing what we're all about here. I'm gonna probably make my videos a little bit shorter in 2025 because most of them are like between 10 and 15 minutes long. I'm gonna try to shrink that down this year. Just so I can get some more content out as well. So anyway, guys, today we have the Tissot T-Race Powermatic 80, and I'm not going to read out this model number. It's really long. You'll see it in the thumbnail, but anyway, it's a really long model number. And I've reviewed quite a few Tissots. I like them overall. I think you get a lot of watch for your money. Tissot is owned by the Swatch Group, by the way. And think about a Swatch, but on a slightly higher level. Most of these watches are right around $750 to $1,000, at least most of their automatics are. And I think you get a ton of watch for your money with Tissot. Their designs, to me personally, again, this is just my personal opinion, I think they're a little bland. That's just me. But it doesn't mean that they're not a great watch and they will serve you well for years and years to come. But anyway, I think this is one of those, and let's check it out. All right, guys, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel if you're interested in this particular watch. I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field. Y'all know I get a little small commission if you buy anything from my Amazon store. So whenever you do that, I definitely appreciate it. This is normal Tissot packaging. Now, don't confuse Tissot with Mathy Tissot. Mathy Tissot, I'll put that logo up on the screen for you. Totally different company, different quality level. They're not even in the same league as regular Tissot, by the way. So kind of stay clear of those if you can, or if you like them, go out and buy one. I mean, it's up to you. But totally different companies, not related at all. All right, so here is the packaging. You got your outer sleeve here. You got this watch box made out of some sort of like plastic coated paper or something. It's really the best way I can kind of describe it. There you go. So made of RPET. I'm assuming that's some sort of plastic and paper. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, let's give you your first look at the watch here. There you go. Nice sunburst dial. Pretty cool. And again, man, I think you get a lot for your money with Tissot. Again, they're owned by the Swatch company, but they're definitely not a plasticky Swatch watch. To me, they're kind of in the same league as like Alpina. There are a couple others that are kind of like entry-level Swiss watches. And I think that's what Tissot is. I think Tissot's probably better than Alpina, I think. I don't know, it's up to you. Tell me what you think. But as usual, I'll go ahead and give you all the 7 specs you need to know. Then I'll put everything else down there in the description field. So you're looking at a 41mm stainless steel case. It's 11mm thick. It's 44mm lug to lug. Comes on a 22mm proprietary bracelet that tapers down to 20mm. You get a Tissot 11.5 movement, which is basically based on an ETA 2824, but you get 80 hours of power reserve and a Nivacron balance spring. That's one of the reasons why these are pretty expensive. You get a fantastic movement inside, even though it is based on an ETA movement. They've tweaked it up a little bit. And you also get a sapphire crystal with AR coating. So guys, I like this thing. If you want to check out all the specs, check down there in the description field. You can nerd out. Like, it weighs 185 grams. It does have Super-LumiNova on it. It is windable, it is hackable, yada, yada, yada. So make sure to check out, again, in the description field if you want to check out all the specs for this watch. Now, it's a good looking watch. It reminds me a little bit of a Royal Oak. It's kind of got a little Royal Oak vibe going on, which a lot of watches are doing that. You know, Casio has their Casio Oak, and a lot of other watches kind of do that. I do like that sunburst dial, that really dark sunburst dial. It feels like it's built like a tank, man. I mean, this watch weighs 185 grams, so it is not light, but I kind of like that heft. Again, you get that fantastic 80-hour power reserve. You get some skeletonized hands here. Really nice looking dial. You get applied indexes all the way around. These little screws, I don't think these are functional. I might be wrong. I think they're really just more of a design element for the watch. I did kind of wonder why this one little section right here is separated. As you can notice, there's no lines around the bezel, but this one little section next to the crown has got these little lines. And I don't know if this is something to do with the bezel. This is maybe where you start taking it off. I don't think so, guys. I think it's just a design element, just for a little bit of visual, interest to the eye. Again, you don't have too much writing. You got Tissot, the year they started, which I think is 1853. And then down here, you've got T-Race, and then you got Powermatic 80. This is kind of like their motorcycle racing line. They also have a Moto GP line. I believe they still have those. Those are even higher end specs. Those are, have to do with Moto GP. But this is basically, if you ride a bike, I guess, Tissot wants to be on your wrist. So that's why I call it, the T-Race. And I think they're generally good looking watches. But guys, I have to be honest. It just doesn't visually stun me. It doesn't move me at all. I mean, I don't have to go out there and say, I gotta get this. Is it a quality watch? Absolutely. Will it last you for a very long time? Absolutely. But it just doesn't move me, man. I mean, I don't know. These come in a couple different colors as well. I can say I do like that date window. Nice date window, easily readable. The bracelet is proprietary. It's heavy. It's really heavy. Kind of reminds me of like a Super Engineer 2 bracelet. So let's open up this clasp. There you go. You do get a milled scissor clasp. I would definitely expect that at $750. That's how much this watch costs. Nice caseback, see-through caseback. As you notice, it's not screwed down. This watch is only water resistant to 100 meters. So you're gonna have to pry that thing off. Be very gentle when you do that. It's probably just a snap caseback, which it looks like it is. So be gentle if you ever have to open this thing up for whatever reason. You shouldn't, but be gentle if you do. You got the Tissot logo right there on the buckle. Again, here are the links. It's a beefy watch, guys. No doubt about it. This thing is a beefy watch for sure. Let's take a look at the crown. You got some crown guards here, again, with probably just some screws that really just add visual interest to the watch, really don't do anything to the watch. There's your crown. Again, you got it looks like it's a signed logo. Yep, it's a signed logo if I get to focus. Trying to get to focus there. There we go. Anyway, you can see it. There we go. There it is. So there's your signed logo. The case, because these lugs kind of protrude a little bit, the lug-to-lug is a little bit bigger than normal. And this looks like obviously a proprietary setup with these big, huge, I don't know if they're pins or what these things are right here, where the bracelet attaches to the lugs. But I mean, it's a good looking watch, but just not, again, just not my favorite. I don't know what it is about this thing, man. I mean, there have been other Tissots I've really liked. And this one, again, just kind of, it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, it's a nice looking watch. But again, it doesn't really move me. But don't let that, stop y'all from getting one if you like it. So let's go ahead and try this thing on real quick. I know it fits really well. Here we go. Again, definitely got some heft to it, which is not a bad thing. There you go. Good looking watch, man. All right, let's go ahead and take it off. Let's kill all these lights, kill these monitors. Let's get you a Lume shot. It does have Super-LumiNova. I wasn't super impressed with it, tell you the honest God truth. But I'm very biased because I'm used to watches with Lume Bright or something like that on them where it's really, really bright. This just does not have that. So let's get this thing. It's actually glowing pretty well though. Take a look. There you go. Again, to me, just a very nice offering from Tissot. Not going to make your heart skip a beat like you got to go out there and get this like I do with Seiko Monsters and some other watches. But a very, very well-built watch. It'll last you forever. Nice and hefty. And again, it is good looking, but just, not my probably favorite Tissot they've ever made. So anyway, let's go ahead and cut everything back on. Let's wrap this thing up. I would love to know y'all's thoughts on Tissot in general. Again, I think you get a lot of watch for your money from the brand. I think they do a fantastic job. And I think this is, really a nice watch. Again, just, not necessarily for me, but it's a good looking watch. I do really like that dial though. I like that sunburst style a lot. So, all right, guys, it's going to be about it for this one. Again, if you want to get one of these, head down into the description field. They're currently $750 over at Amazon if you want to pick one of these things up. And as usual, make sure you like and subscribe if you like my content on the channel, and I really hope you do. I try to make a whole bunch of interesting content for you. And guys, it's been about it for this one. I will see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.